Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to kind of go over a little bit of a almost presentation that I put together on how to build a creative agency up to the 10 to 12K mark in just about 60 days. So obviously, you cannot like predict it down to the day, but with this process, we've seen a lot of success for our students at Clients for Creatives. So hope you guys are going to get some value out of it. Now, before we would even get into the whole process, I'm going to show you a little bit of proof that this actually works, because you should be skeptical, about everything online nowadays. So I'm sure there are going to be a lot of skeptics. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But hey, here's, for example, Pablo closing a client for 4K for 12 weeks. Here's one 3-month deal and 6.2K. Here's another one from Juan, 1.7K monthly. Here's another one from Pablo, 4K. Here's one from Greg, getting up to 1.5K in 3 days with a new agency he started. Here's one from Marco, $16,000 close for 6 months of YouTube Done For You services. Here's another one. This is actually from yesterday, from Jacob. He closed a new client for 2K a month for YouTube management. Another one from Marco, 3K for testimonials, and I could keep going on. But yeah, just thought I would share with you a couple results using this kind of like framework from our community. So anyways, let's get into it. How to get to 12,000 a month in 60 days with your creative agency or kind of like agency or creative consulting offer. All right. So first step, as always, is to choose a niche and a service to sell them, right? So you want to get very clear on who you are selling to and what you are selling them. Now, regards to this offer, it has to be something that gets them a social or a monetary ROI. So there needs to be a reason why they would actually want to buy this, right? And then this must be something that they actually want. So this is a mistake that a lot of people make, and I made this well in the beginning. I was trying to sell something that I thought people wanted, or I thought they should want, but they didn't actually want. So you want to kind of go out there and figure out what your market actually wants, like what is it that they are actually struggling with, and then sell that to them in the form of a program. Now, after that, you also want to make sure you are selling something that you know how to deliver or something that you can learn. Because to be honest, like, sure, you could go that route that, hey, I'm just gonna outsource it from the get-go and hire someone random from Fiverr who can deliver the results. But to be honest, like, this doesn't actually really work like this in the real world. Maybe some of your favorite like social media marketing agency gurus are telling you this, that you don't need any skills, you don't need any knowledge to make 10K a month with an agency. It's super easy. The reality, guys, is that it's not. You need to be actually good at something to be able to charge high tickets for it, right? You can't just like outsource it for $200 to a random guy from India on Fiverr. Not to say I have anything against people from India, just like I'm just saying, like, you can't just sell something for 3K that you have no idea how to do and then outsource it for a few $100 to someone on Fiverr and then expect to get, first of all, amazing results for the client, and also just expect to be able to sell something you don't know anything about. You need to sell something you actually know how to do, or learn something that is actually valuable, right? So you can sell it. Now, after that, you want to create a 5K program or more around it. I like to go this route if you want to scale fast, because you need fewer clients to work with. And also this program can be broken down. So 5K might seem like a lot of money, but if it's, for example, a 3-month program, then it's just over 1.5K a month, which in the B2B world, where you're selling to businesses, it's really not that much money. So yeah, it might seem like a lot, but hey, it isn't. And your program needs to deliver a clear transformation. So it needs to get your target audience from point A to point B, where they want to go, right? And just here, remember that you are selling the outcome and the benefits that come with it, not really the tactics. So for example, if you are selling a TikTok offer, let's just say, you're not really selling like the actual clips that you are editing for them or that your editor does for them. You are not selling that. You are selling the outcome of getting more exposure to their brand, 10xing their reach, and kind of like what their business is going to look like after that, how much more money they are going to make after that, and how that's going to change their life. You're really selling on those emotions, not the actual like little clips that you put together, or the YouTube videos or thumbnails or whatever it is. Like, that's not the important thing. The important thing is the outcome that they are after. And then once you have the offer created, you want to set up your profiles around your program and around what you are helping people to do, right? So you want to have clear communication around who you help and how you help them. And you want to include testimonials and social proof as early as possible on your profile. So I know it's hard to do when you don't have any client results yet, but for this reason, I actually am not really like against getting on a free client, for example, or like doing some free work in return for a testimonial for a client, because it can help you a lot if you can show like previous people or clients that you work with when it comes to your sales goals. Now, also here again, you need to make sure that what you have knowledge on is actually valuable, because it's hard to get even a free client if you are so bad at what you were doing that, if for most people, the reason why most people can't really get clients online is because they suck so much at what they're trying to sell that it's not even worth it for free. Like, even if they go to someone and they are like, hey, I will do this for you for free for a month, the quality of their work is so bad that it's not even worth the amount of effort it would take the other person to get the free work from you, right? So you want to make sure you first focus on getting the skills, and then simultaneously, maybe if you want to like get your first testimonial or client result fast, then get a free client in return for a testimonial. Just be very clear about why you are doing it, because otherwise people are going to be like very suspect of it, like, why are you doing free work for them? But if you're very upfront, like, hey, I'm just starting out this business, just going into this venture, I'm trying to get my first client results and testimonials, just let them know that that's something you expect from them in return, and then it seems a lot more natural and clear. And then with your social profiles, you want to have a link to your scheduler so your prospects can talk to you. And on the scheduler, you want to ask some basic qualifying questions on your booking form. So when you get on the sales call with them, you already have a lot better idea about who they are and how you can sell them. So you want to ask them things like their current situation, like where they are currently at with the certain thing you are helping them with, where they would like to be in 6 to 12 months, their biggest problem around what you are trying to help them with, that they are facing currently. Have they tried to solve it in the past? How that went. And then also very important is whenever you get a scheduled call, like, you want to make sure that even before that call happens, you follow up with them multiple times, because if you don't do any follow-ups before the call, like, you might get like a 50% no-show even if you are not established in the space yet. But if you follow up with them multiple times before the call actually rolls around, then you might just get like a 20 or 10% no-show rate, which in the actual like revenue numbers, that can be a huge difference in the beginning. Like, that can be the difference of making 5K in a month or 10K in a month. Like, it's so important to actually have those calls that you manage to schedule with a lot of hard work of creating the content and like reaching out to people. Make sure that you secure those calls and you actually get the clients on the call and not have any no-shows, or minimize them as much as possible. Here's an example of how the Calendly form looks. This is Pablo, one of our clients at Clients for Creatives, and we helped him set this whole system up, and I'm going to show you some more examples of him so you see how this looks in real life, right? So once you have set up your social profiles around your program, I believe you should start creating content. And this is from my experience and what we've seen work for our clients at Clients for Creatives with Greg. I'm not saying this is the only way to go about it at all, but this worked well for us and for our clients. So that's why I'm recommending you do it this way, right? So you start creating content on your profile and building out a little niche personal brand for yourself. And basically what you do is you make educational content consistently that's helping your niche. You want to basically just give away all your secrets and don't really hold back anything, because 99% of people won't implement your advice anyways on their own. But you are still building a lot of trust with people, and people are going to see you as an expert, because the more stuff you can show them that they never really heard about or that they find actually valuable, the more trust you build and the better chances you actually get of them wanting to do business with you. Here are two examples from Pablo again of the, of like content you could create. Like this is an Instagram reel giving people advice. This is a YouTube video about like how pros use, reels and TikTok shorts, whatever. So he's creating educational content around his offer, and his offer is basically like short form video content creation and kind of like personal brand consulting. Now, the content schedule I recommend going for like aggressive growth is 5 to 7 reels a week. So basically like short form video content every day. Around 1 to 2 long form copy posts a week. So those are just like posts that are mainly like written form, right? But that is still giving them valuable advice and info, and with a call to action at the end. So you can also practice your copywriting skills with these posts. I think it's a really good skill set to have. And then you want to do at least 1 to 2, but more like if you do 2 YouTube videos a week, that's pretty good, right? And this is quite a lot of content, but you can batch this in one day. So it's to create this amount of content, it's going to take you around 1 work day per week, but I think it's totally worth it because you can build out like a brand, or even if it's a small brand, you can still build like a small brand with this pretty fast within just a few months. Like if you do this consistently for 2, 3, 4 months on end, I don't really see how you wouldn't have like an audience of quality people if you don't fully suck with what you are actually talking about, right? That's a big caveat, that you need to actually learn a skill that you can talk about and build a brand around. So make sure you're also educating yourself. But yeah, and here's a quick tip. You can often make your long form copy posts just basically summaries of an educational like YouTube video that you made, or vice versa, or you can make a YouTube video about a long format like copy post you wrote. And then while once you started doing the content creation and building out your little niche personal brand, you want to start outbound prospecting at the same time. So outbound prospecting is basically just messaging people. With the content that we are putting out and the brand we are building, we are going to start attracting people to us. So that is kind of like what we call inbound leads, right? The people who come to you for advice or for help. Those are the best kind of leads, because you don't really you still need to work for them because you are creating the content like I'm doing right now, for example, building trust with people, giving people value, and then they are going to come to you to get help. So that is one form of getting leads, which is inbound leads. And then another form is outbound prospecting, when you are sending messages to other people, right? And there are 2 types of outbound prospecting mainly. One is like the completely cold outreach, when you're reaching out to people who don't really know about you or never really heard about you. And then there is what I call kind of like own following, which is people who already follow you, who are familiar with you. And with own following, these are your hottest leads. These are the easiest people to sell because they already, follow your profile, they've seen your face many times, and they are familiar with you. They trust you a lot more. You want to message all your old followers and all the new people as well who are just starting to follow you and interacting with your content. because, you know, if these people are the kind of people that you can help with your offer, they are going to be the easiest to sell. And I would say you want to start building around 10 to 20 new conversations at least every day from just this group of own following. And like, as you are putting out, you know, all these reels, as you are putting out all these videos, you know, you will start getting like some engagement, you'll start getting some likes, some follows, and make sure that you are messaging all those people, because if someone likes your post in a Facebook group or someone liked your post on Instagram, that means that they like what you have to say. They like, you know, your face, all that. So you have a lot better chance at selling them than you have at messaging a random person who never even heard about you. So, you know, if they followed you first, you have a lot better chance basically at getting on a call with them and helping them out. Now, so that's one thing. You want to simultaneously, you know, keep doing this as you are creating the content for the next few months. And then there goes the cold outreach as well, because you are obviously going to run out of this own following group. I mean, if you have a ton of followers already, like, you know, tens of thousands or just thousands, you can just message your existing audience for a while, and you're going to be able to make a lot of money from it and monetize it. But if you don't have a big brand yet, you know, you're not going to be able to fill up your whole day just messaging and reaching out to all those people who already follow you. So then that's where cold outreach comes in, right? So these are people who fall into your ideal target audience, like the people you want to help with your service and offer, but they don't know you yet and don't really know what you do yet. So this is a lot tougher crowd to convert, because, you know, they don't know you yet. So obviously they are going to have a lot more kind of like apprehension against you, or like they are going to be a bit more difficult to get through. But, you know, it's still not impossible at all. They want to use like Loom videos or personalized messages, or even like freebies to get them to respond to you, get on a conversation with you, and eventually like do a one-on-one call where you can hopefully sell them, right? So what I mean by freebies is, for example, if you have a TikTok offer, you can make a free TikTok video for them that is great from their existing content, and you already provided a form of value to them. Or if you sell like some sort of like Instagram content or LinkedIn content or whatever, like you could actually take the time to make a nice piece of content for them that they can already just like put up on their social media profiles, and or like make them a clip from a podcast they had, whatever, and you're actually like providing value to them before you even ask to get on a call. And you know, this is very powerful. Like, this is around 3 years ago. This is how I got my first ever paying client online. I sent a couple of free like Instagram clips to a guy who was doing a podcast. His name is Omar Elatar. He has the Passionate Few podcast, and yeah, like that's the only way I got to, you know, get him to get back to me, because I already provided him value before asking for anything in return. Now, having great content of your own on your own page can help a lot to win some of these people over to your own following. And the reason for that is, you know, if you have a nice personal brand and you are sharing valuable advice on there every single day, they can see you're a serious person. You already have you know, a good amount of knowledge on whatever it is that you're talking about. So naturally, it's just going to be a lot more trustworthy than if a random person with no profile pictures and a private profile like messages them how they are going to help them blow up their social media and business, and like, or with their copywriting genius, they are going to help them make a lot more money. You know, it's just, there are so many people doing this that the best way to stand out, in my opinion, is to actually have something going on for yourself as well that is very professional and that is providing people value just by them watching your content, right? Now, after this, what you can also do is you can hire a virtual assistant, a VA, who sends out a big volume of messages and starts new conversations every single day, like even 50 to 100 conversations a day. And this can help a lot to start new conversations, you know, have people get back to you, and then maybe you can even like take over the conversation once they showed any sign of like interest. But yeah, VAs can be a lot of help to find you leads and to start new messages or like new conversations, because obviously like you only have a finite amount of time every single day, and you want to do a lot of outreach in the beginning, especially until you learn how to do it really well. But still, you don't want to keep doing that for the rest of your life to get calls. So getting virtual assistants to help you out with that can be a great way to start getting more calls booked fast. So these are the two kind of like main outreaches that I recommend doing in the beginning, while simultaneously creating content consistently and building out your Instagram and even like TikTok and YouTube page, whatever you really want to focus on. I don't think it matters that much. You just want to make sure that whatever platform you're building, you are actually very committed in or committed to, and you are doing it seriously. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because I'm very passionate about this topic, obviously. But yeah, so you keep doing this cold outreach and you keep doing the messaging the people who follow you and interact with your content. You keep putting out valuable content every single week and every single day. You want to also put out like daily stories with call to actions. And then outreach and generating new sales calls should be your main priority until you have enough clients that you can take on anymore without decreasing the quality of your service. I see this so many times, and I fall into this trap as well, where you worry about like building out your SOPs in the beginning and building out the perfect funnel and website and all that fancy stuff for yourself, but you don't have any clients to show, right? So you want to focus on outreach and just getting new sales calls, because that is going to be, in my opinion, the number one predictor of how well you are going to be doing in a few months. It's like, how consistent can you be with outreach, with putting out content consistently, and how many qualified sales calls can you book per week? The more that is, the more money you are going to make. It's like as simple as that. I know it sounds very basic, but that's your truth. Like, it is all very, very, simple, but it's very hard to execute. So that's why you don't see everyone doing it and everyone killing it with this strategy, is because it's simple to understand and it's very hard to execute. So if you guys want me and my business partner, Greg, who's doing around 25K a month with his agency as well, here's a little bit of proof from him, to help you set these things up personally and to help you get over the current obstacle you're facing. Then if you want help with that, then you can go ahead and book a call with me below this video or with Greg to see if you would qualify for Clients for Creatives. So go in the description right now and book a call if you are serious. Now, please only book this call if you are a serious applicant and have multi four figures to invest into help and accelerating the growth of your creative agency. We mainly try to help people who are already doing a couple grand a month maybe with your freelancing business or whatever it is, or if you have a job, whatever, but you want to start a creative agency and grow that and switch to that, then you're also probably in the target audience for us. So if you want help with this, if you want help with growing a creative agency, social media agency, then book a call. Now, also, if you're just starting out, we still might be able to help you, but the main people who we help are people who are stuck under 10K a month and want to get to 10K a month and more. So hope you guys found this video valuable, and also let me know in the comment section down below what you want me to cover next. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.